In this video, I'm going to be talking about the link between Greek philosophy, more specifically ancient Greek philosophy, and modern rap. So the first link I'm going to talk about is oral tradition and rhetoric. Ancient Greek philosophy, specifically people like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, were heavily rooted in oral dialogue and spoken word. These philosophers didn't write their ideas down. They would debate publicly, use rhetoric, persuasion, and storytelling to communicate complex ideas. And similarly, rap music is an oral art form. It uses rhythm, rhyme, and performance. Like Greek sophists and rhetoricians, these rappers craft their words to persuade and challenge or express truths to their audience. Greek philosopher Socrates was very famous for his dialogues and asking questions to spark thinking through his Socratic method. And similarly, Kendrick Lamar is known for his storytelling and using lyrics as a way to engage listeners in deep social and personal questions. And for example, in his 2025 Super Bowl performance, which I have a picture of here, he used his performance as a form of storytelling and persuasion to talk about very serious political matters and talking about the oppression of the Black community. Another link is philosophical themes. Obviously, on the philosophical side, philosophers constantly talked about existence, society, morality, ethics, identity, justice, and similar themes. And similarly, many rap lyrics wrestle with these big questions and are exactly the themes these Greek philosophers explored. For example, Socrates would constantly ask, "What is justice?" And rappers frequently critique these social justice issues, such as inequality and power structures. For example, Plato, right here, wrote The Republic, which explored justice and the ideal society through different political and societal structures. Similarly, Tupac Shakur often rapped about social justice, inequality, and his personal struggles within a flawed system. Rap and philosophy also share a dialect and flow. For example, the Socratic method involves asking and answering questions to stimulate critical thinking, kind of such as a dialogue that builds through a back and forth. Similarly, rap battles have lyrical exchanges where MCs exchange a similar dialect, or people trade verses that build and challenge ideas through wordplay. Greek sophists such as Protagoras and Gorgias often debated in public through intellectual battles, such as Eminem, who is famous for his rap battles, had the art of back and forth wordplay as a large part of his music. He would also commonly have conversations with himself in his songs, such as some sophists during their public speeches, like Socrates talking to himself, trying to invoke thinking. Performance and audience is also a large part of both of these two ideas of philosophy and rap, and they overlap heavily here with public performance, such as sophists performing in the Agora versus Travis Scott performing in Berkeley Center. They engage their audience, they move and connect with their communities. Ancient philosophers often performed in these public spaces, and that is even translated into other art forms being performed in public. And then finally, with wordplay and logos, sophists and Greek philosophers very, very heavily valued logos, such as reasoned argument and word-based logic, and that travels over to rap, such as diss tracks. For example, Kendrick Lamar and Drake using metaphors and critique and heavily layered meaning in their music as a form to argue with each other and point out flaws within each other. And they were known for their clever metaphors, the using puns and complex rhyme schemes, using language creatively, such as sophists would use their language creatively. Overall, Greek philosophers did critique society, politics, religion. It's just like rap music, and both serve as a powerful critique of contemporary society, systematic oppression, and cultural identity. Philosophers challenge these norms, and rappers are now using their lyrics to directly critique systemic racism and political issues.